Oh my God, I love your bracelet. Where did you get it?
Oh, my mom made it for me.
It's adorable.
So fetch.
What is fetch?
Oh, it's like slang from England.
So if you're from Africa, why are you white?
Oh my God, Karen, you can't just ask people why they're white.
Could you give us some privacy for like 1 second?
Now that you know the basics of Movie Maker, this video is going to show you a couple more editing features such as transitions, animations, and other special effects that you can add to make your videos so fetch.
That is so fetch.
Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
I'll also be showing you how to render your video or save it so that you can view it on any computer, or you could upload it to the internet. So first we need to reopen our movie project file from our last video. And to do that, we're going to go up to File, and then you have two different options. On the right side of the file pane, you are going to see any recent projects that you may have been working on. So we last were working on the computer video project, and it would show up here. Now, if you don't see your project under recent projects, you can also go to Open Project and use your File Explorer to navigate to your OneDrive, video production, unit folder, and then your specific video folder, and find the project file. And you'll see that under type it should say Movie Maker project file, and then you can click open and it should load everything that we were working on in the last video. So far we've covered our home tab on the ribbon, and we've covered our video tools edit tab, our music tool options tab, and our text tool format tab. And today we're going to be finishing up our ribbon by looking at the animations tab and the visual effects tab, as well as the project tab. Now, one tab I didn't go over in the last video was the view tab, which controls how you see your timeline down here. So you can always zoom in on your timeline or zoom out on your timeline, and or you could change your thumbnail size. And if you didn't want to go to the view tab to change where you're zoomed in or out, the bottom right hand corner allows you to click and drag your thumbnail size or change your icon size right there. So the first type of additional edit we're going to look at is what's called a transition, and those are located under the animations tab. And transitions affect how our clips appear on the video, and so they're always applied to the beginning of each set of clips or in between each set of clips. And you'll see that they have their own transitions group right here. So in order to add a transition to a clip, you first have to select the clip that you're adding the transition to, and then you can hover over the transition and it will show you a preview, or you can use this drop down menu and the transitions will be grouped by different effects. So I could see that if I chose cinematic transition, it's going to add a little cinematic change on how that clip appears. Now it doesn't actually apply it until I click that transition, and I can tell that I've applied a transition to this effect because it comes in gray. So again, if I just scrubbed through, my clip now appears with that gray transition as it shows up on the screen. You can change the duration or how long it takes that transition to appear simply by using the duration tab right here. And again, you can either choose from the drop down menu or you could type in a number that you wanted. So that's an example of adding a transition to the beginning of a clip. Like I said, you can also add transitions between two clips. So if I wanted it to fade in between computer video and Sam's laptop graphic, I can click Sam's laptop graphic, and now you'll see I have a lot more options on my transition. And again, you can click the drop down menu to add more. Now, a lot of these shapes are not necessarily as professional, but there are some pretty nice transitions that you can use in terms of cinematic ones, or the good old blur transitions are really classy in my opinion as well. So it's totally up to you. Again, if you hover over, it'll kind of show you what it looks like, and to apply one you actually have to click it. And again, you'll see the gray triangle if it's actually applied that transition, so we can watch how this looks. and it kind of does that blurring fade between both clips. So I would like you to try to add at least one transition to your movie. Now, not all of our movies that we make or that you would see in a movie theater are going to hold transitions. Sometimes you just cut directly in between scenes. So try to use those tastefully as you edit throughout your movies. The next tab we're going to use is this visual effects tab, and visual effects change the appearance of a specific clip. So to show you how this works, I actually went and split out a section of my clip because I didn't want to change the appearance of the whole entire movie. So I split out Dean making a really nice face, and I'm going to add a special effect to this portion of my video. So again, select the clip that I want to apply the special effect to, and then I have all of these effects options that I can do, and the arrow gives me more, and they're again categorized by groups. And the same as transitions, you just hover over to preview the effect. I could turn it to black and white, I could add different cinematic effects, or I could go all the way down to the bottom where I add some different motion effects that are weird. So pick whatever effect that you would like to add and make sure to actually click the effect to apply it. And with transitions, we got the gray triangle. Well, with effects, we see up in the upper left-hand corner of the clip, it's got 4 little boxes that show us our effect. So now as I preview this effect, you'll see that Dean is changing colors throughout that portion of my video. Another effect you can add to any single clip is that you can change the brightness, so it automatically defaults in the center, but you can drag that to the right to increase the brightness of any clip that you would want to. Finally, we're going to take a look at the project tab, and there are only a couple different options in our project tab, and you may use these and you may not use these. So if you've got a video that may have specific voiceovers and you want to increase the volume of just those voiceovers, you can choose this emphasize narration. Let's say you wanted to emphasize the video volume, you could make the sound louder of all the videos by using this button. And if you had background music, you could make the music louder than all the videos by emphasizing the music. Right now I'm on no emphasis because I like the way my sound is appearing in my video. The final step in our video editing process is when we render our movie, or in other words, we save our movie so that it can be viewable on any computer, and I could upload it to the internet if I wanted. If I just went to File and saved my project, I only have this project file, and all I could view is each of my clips and how I was editing them. I couldn't actually see my movie as a whole, so I need to render it. Now there are 2 ways that you can render your movie or save it in Windows Movie Maker. The first is if you're on the Home tab, you'll go all the way over to the right in the Share group, and I use the Save Movie drop-down menu, and I always go for the computer settings, and that's going to bring me up my File Explorer, in which case I would be able to choose my OneDrive account, video production class, whatever unit I'm in, and then I would go into my computer video file. At this point, I could save my file name as my proper project name, and I know that this is the correct video type because a save as type is my MP4, and every other video that we've ever downloaded is an MP4 video. So that is one way. Again, I'm just on the Home tab, and I go to Save Movie, and I always use the 4 computer settings. If you want to, you could also go to the File tab and access the Save Movie menu from here, at which point you can do for computer. Again, make sure that you're always saving your movie to your video production, the proper unit, and save your finalized rendered movie into the proper movie folder that you've created. In this case, we're gonna name our movie Supernatural Computer Movie. Again, I know I'm good, I'm on MP4, and then I click Save. At this point, Movie Maker is gonna bring up this dialog box where it's mashing everything together into a specific movie. Sometimes this can take a while depending on the length or the amount of clips you had. Mine's going pretty fast because it's a very short movie. When it finishes, it's going to pop up and it's going to bring up this dialog box that says you can play your video now, or you can open the folder that it's in. I always like to choose open folder so that I can double check that I've saved it to the right spot. So I just want to show you a clarification. The project file is going to have a thumbnail tab that looks looks like the Movie Maker logo. My actual rendered movie that I can watch is going to be an MP4 version. So when I hover over item type, it says MP4. So now if I wanted to watch it, I would just double click my movie and it would open my media player to watch it.
What do you got?
Unfortunately, a lot of nada. I hit up Julie's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, InstaChat, Snapchat, AIM. Nothing but posts on Rush and 50 Shades of Grey. The movie, not the book.
No, I didn't get half of that.
It doesn't matter. Now, I'm going through her deleted files.
You can do that?
Yeah. I mean, nothing ever really gets deleted from the internet. You knew that, right?
Dude, were you on my computer?
No.
Oh, really? Because it's frozen now. On BustyAsianBeauties.com? Would you just don't touch my stuff anymore, okay?
Why don't you control your OCD?
So if you've got a movie that you like, go ahead and make sure that you submit this movie to the Schoology assignment.
I just wish we could all get along like we used to in middle school. I wish that I could bake a cake made out of rainbows and smiles and we'd all eat it, be happy.
She doesn't even go here.
Do you even go to this school?
No, I just have a lot of feelings.
Okay, go home.